Hi guys, and welcome back to the Crypto Chester show, if you will. I'm here today to give you a nice Bitcoin, altcoin, cryptocurrency update. We're going to be breaking down the charts this morning on this fine, lovely morning over in Bangkok here in Thailand. 35 degrees, nice and hot. And yeah, we're going to go through Bitcoin here on the short-term time frame, the mid-term, and of course, the macro, the long-term. Once we're done with that, we're going to be jumping into some altcoins. First on the list, we're going to be doing a nice update on Near protocol for you guys there, and then likely going to be looking at some really nice on-chain stuff for Bitcoin because there's some interesting stuff happening there with funding rates. Also, of course, we do have liquidation levels to take into consideration as well, and crypto bubbles, fear and greed index. You know the score. We're going to be going through it all, and then also I'm going to be gently touching on a few of my new indicators that me and a partner have been building over the last sort of 3 to 4 weeks or so. Not going to be going into grave detail on these just yet because we still have got some tweaks to make, but going to be using them in the technical analysis update for you guys today to give us a little bit more information if we can. Okay, so we're starting off with looking at the chat just ever so quickly. We got Mr. Miles coming through and also Crypto Bull. Nice to see you on the stream there, guys. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate you stopping by, and yeah, let me know what you think is going to happen with BTC, and of course, if you like the content, smash a like on it. Good stuff. Yeah, let's get deep down, dirty and deceitful into this Bitcoin chart this morning. As you can see, we're going to be starting off on the 1 hour here for Bitcoin. Now, over the last sort of 3 to 4 hours or so, we have seen Bitcoin sort of take a dump of around $600-700, maybe a bit more than that. Yeah, a bit more than that. We're looking at around $1,300 all the way down to around the halving level for Bitcoin at around 62,000. Okay, so very interesting levels getting tapped again because ever since we did have the halving happen for Bitcoin, it was just sort of pretty much a nice gentle uptrend, which we were discussing at the start of last week. And from there, we have just kind of had a complete reversal in the price, okay, bringing us right back to that area. So that does essentially create that uncertainty for this asset yet again. Everyone's sort of on their toes. And we will go into that on the Onchain Data that we are seeing today as well, guys, to start off this Monday morning here. And it is reflecting, okay, it is reflecting. A lot of people are thinking that there's downside to be had now, okay, when in last week it was pretty much the bulls were taking control and it was looking really strong there. I will go into my opinion after we've got the TA sort of aspect completed here. Let's talk chart patterns. As you can see here from this pinnacle triple top scenario that we did have coming through on the hourly here, you can see we have had a really nice, pretty structured actually downtrend form from that zone. Okay, now what I mean by that is parallel channel to the downside, looking very nice. You can see the support levels on the lower side really strong here, and you can see again very simply something glitched there, okay, and very simply the resistance levels on the top side as well. That does create a falling parallel channel. Falling parallel channels, they tend to usually break to said upside, okay? So that's definitely something to be looking out for there if we do see our Bitcoin take a little bit of a leg up here. How likely is that to happen? We will see, and we will discuss in further detail very shortly using a few different indicators to see how likely it actually is to see a little move to the upside. Now, okay, where are we at? We're at 62,600. We did come down and tap that halving level. The point that I really want to get across here, guys, is the lower side of this channel. Okay, the lower side of this channel around 61.1 and the volume waist ATR band on the 60-minute. Okay, this is looking extremely strong in terms of a level of support. And the reasoning for that is, I'm going to be bringing up a few more indicators here, guys. Obviously, we've got the RSI. You can see we've hit a really low pinnacle point on the RSI. Very strong there. We're looking at momentum here for this indicator. Momentum really quite goddamn low. Okay, really low. We haven't had our bullish triangle just yet on this indicator. But you can see momentum is matching these sorts of areas. And when we do see momentum at these areas, guys, usually we see a bit of a move to the upside here for Bitcoin. As you can see here, move to the upside here for Bitcoin, micro uptrend. Again, here, you can see, not the biggest thing in the world, guys, but you can see it's 63,900 all the way up to around 64.7, okay? So there is there is signs here that we are going to be seeing a move to the upside. Now, obviously momentum is still pointing to the downside. Money flow is still pointing to the downside. Stochastic still onto the downside. So when we do see that reversal happen, I think it's going to be quite fast. It's going to be quite steep. Now, where does that line up with the short term? It lines up pretty perfectly with a bit more micro continuation to the downside here to the volume weighted ATR band at the 60-minute, and then a bounce from that point. How aggressive is that bounce going to be? That is the real question that is still technically up for debate here. We have got a hidden bullish divergence coming through on the RSI and the hourly, which, you know, tends to usually mean continuation to the upside, which from that point, it has not really happened at all. It's just been a bit of downside momentum there. So we can't really be using that as that much data. But sort of what the point I really did want to just echo again, guys, is a potential bounce point from around 61,400 is quite likely. Okay, it's quite likely, in my opinion, for this to be coming into fruition. We are seeing a lot of stars align here for that to happen. Okay, so that would be my short-term analysis here. And you're probably wondering, how can I trade this? How much money can I make from this zone? Well, it's kind of relative right now. Okay, it's kind of relative right now because obviously we are in a downtrend. Trend is your friend. You like to go in the direction of the trend. But another point that I did want to just get across as well, guys, is the momentum from this very strong horizontal at 61.7. Okay, so maybe we see an hourly wick down to the volume weighted ATR band on the 60-minute, testing that 61.4, and then we get that candle body close at around 61.8. If we get a candle body close around 61.8, 61.7, that sort of area, let's look at previous data. Let's look at previous momentum from this zone, from those candle bodies. Okay, you can see screaming at us is this level here. Screaming at us again, this level here. Not the greatest information in the world there, because it went the other way, but it happens. We're taking the average here. So you can see another candle body close there and another candle body close there. So we've got basically what we've got here. Let me put a box around that one because that is a negative one. Okay, so we've got 5 candle body closes to our advantage here. No, 5 candle body closes in the space that we're looking to get that sort of signal and repeat the same pattern from, right? If we're looking at the momentum from that zone, guys, you can see 4 out of 5, they're very aggressive, okay? Very aggressive moves to the upside. I'm talking $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 moves to the upside here. So we need to be very, very cautious of that area because right now, 4 out of 5 times, it's looking pretty good for a nice move, okay? And if that is going to happen, we can expect a nice big move from Bitcoin back all the way up to around 63.2, and then we can be looking at a potential breakout scenario. So just to reiterate, if and when I'm going to be taking a nice little long on Bitcoin, it will be probably if we wick down to the 60-minute volume weighted ATR band, see the reversal here coming through. We get our bullish triangle signal. We see the reversal bullish circle here on the momentum indicator as well, and then we see the stochastic crossovers here on the shorter term time frame, and also money flow crossing to the right direction as well. These are all the things that we're sort of looking for here. And we've also got the QIV, which is a volume-based indicator as well. That's currently in a negative stance. If we get a nice bullish crossover for that as well, all stars are going to point to the moon there. All right, so that's sort of what we're sort of looking for there. And in terms of a confirmation period for that, it's going to be 61.7 to 61.8 for a nice little long for Bitcoin. Not going to be the biggest thing in the world, but still a nice little scalpy scalp for this lovely, lovely Monday morning. Probably worth around 1% or so. Okay, so yeah, that's sort of what I'm looking for here on the short-term time frame here for Bitcoin. Now we're going to be moving on to the midterm. I see Donna stopping by as well. Nice to see you on the stream there. And Crypto Bull says, I'm in BingX. How to copy your trades? Unfortunately, I don't do copy trading on BingX just yet. I probably will be starting fairly soon. I just haven't got around to it. I'm doing many projects and a lot of different things. I do copy trading on Fairdesk, and admittedly, I haven't really been trading that much on Fairdesk. It's yeah, I just haven't really been trading that much on Fairdesk, just in generally and in copy trading wise, because yeah, I find it a lot more there's a lot more responsibility trading your guys' money rather than just trading my money, because I'm doing a lot of things. I really have to, I dive a lot deeper into the trades that I'm placing on Fairdesk. But yeah, if you did want to copy my trades, you can go do that on Fairdesk. The link is in the description, all that good stuff. Moving on to the midterm time frame here for BTC. Let's look at ETF levels, guys. ETF levels. This was the US ETF, and this is where we're sort of looking for institutional buying levels and time frames here for Bitcoin just in general. Okay, so we did see if that's gonna load. Is it gonna load? Yeah, daily. We did see the US ETFs sort of start to pass on the 9th, 10th of January there. And you can see from there, it was just a bit of an anticlimactical situation. And it did dump us down to the downside quite aggressively before we start to see these institutional the institutional buying power of the US, of BlackRock, just accumulating Bitcoin there. Now, the reason why we're looking at that data is because we did see an ETF actually get passed in Hong Kong on the 17th of April, and we were averaging a 13-day sort of breathing period for this to actually come into fruition before we saw a lot of institutional buying power coming in from Hong Kong, from the eastern side of the world, right? So in average to that point, that is going to be on the coming Tuesday. Okay, so it's going to be tomorrow, guys. If it is going to stick to the same sort of time frame that the US was sticking to as well. Okay, so that's definitely something to really be looking out for this week. And considering we have been in like a downtrend for the last sort of week or so, it does give us the inclination, the sign here that we could see a nice bit of institutional buying power. And if we're going to be frank, if we do dump down, if Bitcoin does take a leg down here to 58,000, 57,000, we've got the 4-hour volume weighted ATR band, the 3-day volume weighted ATR band, institutional buying power from the US here. It's not going to be falling below this level, in my opinion. And if it does, we're going to see massive bounces and huge buying opportunities for everyone. Okay. I know I'm going to be buying more if we do fall down below these levels. Okay, so yeah, definitely an area to really be looking out for there. But in my opinion, I don't think we're going below this level. Not with all the institutions around the world waiting, itching to buy at lower prices. Okay, so yeah, that's going to be the midterm for you guys. Let's jump to the longer term time frame here, because Fibonacci. Let's have a cheeky look at Fibonacci, because we are looking at some very important levels here for the macro. Okay, and what I mean by that, guys, as you can see, we are actually testing right now in this daily candle. We're testing the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement. Okay, this is a bit fruity, if you will, just because it's not ideal if we do close below this. If we close below this, I would expect lower prices. Okay, lower prices of at least 61.3, at least 60,800, maybe even coming down to 59.5. Okay, that's just basically going to be the confirmation that we're going to be heading down even further if we do close below this zone around 19 hours or so. But remember, guys, we are looking for a nice little long for Bitcoin. So in the next 19 hours or so, if we do see a bit of a leg down here, absolutely fine. We're still just going to be playing on that short-term Bitcoin analysis for that nice 1% bounce if we can get that candle body close in the perfect position there. So, okay, so yeah, that's what I would say about the longer term time frame, the macro here for Bitcoin. Just want to jump to the macro here, just on this indicator that we have got going at the moment. You can see we have just had a bearish crossover coming through here on the QIV here, a volume based indicator, which does indicate downside here. And overall, it's not looking too bearish. Okay, it's not looking too bearish from a market structure standpoint here on the macro here, guys. It's still looking pretty good. We're not invalidating higher lows or anything like that just yet. So it is still looking bullish. Money flow still on the upside here for BTC. One thing I would say, potentially for the day, as you can see, we have seen the stochastic crossover. Not the highest in the world, okay, but it's still on that downward trajectory to that central point here. Sorry, the money flow to that central point, and you can see the stochastic is going to hit this potential low, like it has done many times here. And with the money flow coming in smooth like that, that is pretty much expected here. Okay, so definitely a few things to take into consideration. So just to summarize that, guys, I think we're going to be having a short-term downside move. Okay, we're going to have a short-term downside move that will create a bounce point for this this channel here on the short-term time frame to around 61.2, those sorts of areas. If we do fall lower than that, again, absolutely fine for that to happen, guys. We've got volume weighted ATR and bounce points here on the midterm that we're going to be capitalizing on as well. But for a short-term move, bounce to the downside and then a nice bounce wick up, short-term micro uptrend, and then we're going to be capitalizing on that 1%. Let's look at some on-chain stuff quickly before we move on to some altcoins. If you guys do have any altcoins, make sure you smash them in the chat and we will get to them, excuse me, as soon as possible. And again, guys, if you're liking the content, smash a like on it. One thing that has caught my eye today, starting off the day here, on this lovely Monday here, we are looking at Bitcoin funding rates. Bitcoin funding rates right now, guys, we have actually seen that flip back to negative. So that means more people are actually holding short positions now than they are long positions, which is really interesting because that means the sentiment is actually negative for Bitcoin, okay? On the macro stance. So yeah, very interesting stuff to be looking out for there. And also in reference to that data, we've got the all exchange reserve. Unfortunately, you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. But you can see we're actually kind of flatlining here a bit, right? We have obviously seen massive downtrends, but you can see this downtrend is slowly curling over. Okay, it's slowly curling over. And we're slowly flatlining, and this is a bearish sign here for Bitcoin, guys. It basically means how much Bitcoin is being moved off the exchanges into sort of hardware wallets and stuff like that, right? And you can see we're actually curling over a bit, which is actually a negative sign here for Bitcoin, because it means more people are less confident in putting their moving their Bitcoin off exchanges, right? So very interesting data there. Exchange whale ratio, guys, that has taken a tumble today. Okay, big tumble. You know what that means? That means essentially that it's a little bit less likely that the whales are going to be in there manipulating the price. Okay, and if we are going to be drawing just a very basic trend line from this low, I can't do it on this chart, but if you could just imagine drawing a trend line from this low to this higher low here to this higher low here, you can see that this area here, if we're just drawing, I don't know how I can point to it, but yeah, just draw like a straight line across these lows here, and you can see that this point that we have actually just crossed here means we have actually broke that low, right? So that is a break of structure on any chart, as we know, and that does instigate that there's going to be a sort of a less volatile period here for Bitcoin. Okay, so yeah, just relax, prepare for that as well. Moving on to liquidation heat map, guys. We haven't really got that much data here. There is massive liquidation levels all the way up at around 64.4, and that's pretty much based on, as we were discussing a minute ago, the funding rates for Bitcoin and more people being short than long. And this essentially means that this is a potential target for the whales here. But again, exchange whale ratio is breaking structure to the downside. It is really low, right? Not really low, but lower than it has been most recently. So there's actually a chance that the whales aren't going to be throwing the price around today, and it's very unlikely that we do see 64.4 coming through for Bitcoin. So sort of all the stars right now are sort of pointing to all the arrows here are sort of pointing to the downside here for Bitcoin over the next sort of day or so. But then we need to be very cautious about the Hong Kong ETF time frame, which does match up perfectly with the US if we are going to see a nice pump coming through on Tuesday. Okay, yeah, that is going to be it for your TA analysis on BTC. So let's get deep down and dirty into some altcoins as well. And yeah, if you've got any altcoin requests, guys, make sure you smash them in the chat. Crypto bubbles. Look at that sea of red today. I mean, it's completely expected. Bitcoin is going to the toilet. So yeah, not great here for altcoins, especially with Bitcoin dominance continuously climbing here. And yeah, coins that are really doing terribly right now, it's the meme coins, guys. You've got Pepe, Bonk, Floki. Where's Doji on there? 3.5 for Doge, not too bad. SHIB 4%, not too bad either. But yeah, the does seem that the meme coins are taking the biggest hit here. FYI for your portfolio, and WIF down around 5.1% as well, just hiding away in that corner. Don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that's going to be crypto bubbles here. One to watch out for is Casper, guys. We're going to be looking at Casper today. We're going to be doing a nice little update on Casper very, very shortly. Just going to do an update first on NEAR, because I did an update last week on NEAR for you guys on the channel, and unfortunately my mic was playing up like crazy. Okay, so I'm going to be redoing the update for everyone that complained in the comments section, say that the mic was just having a fit, basically. So yeah, apologies for that. We will redo that very shortly indeed. Fear and greed index, guys. What's going on there? 67. So yeah, that's that does match up with everything basically saying that the downside is on the cards. People are getting fearful, probably because of the halving, all that stuff coming through. But I mean, I'm really not that worried. Like, I'm really not that worried. Yes, okay, altcoins might take a little bit longer to get going than we originally thought. But if you remember, we did all this data last week, right? We did all this data on the stock and flow, and from every halving, it was around. We did see that initial low get put in before the massive alt season, guys. It was around October. That was sort of the average. So if we are going to be waiting till October here, then for the initial massive alt season, then that's absolutely fine. Number one, that's absolutely fine. But number two, do you really think that Bitcoin is just going to sort of stay stagnant or be negative? I don't. Okay, and the reasoning for that is we've never seen, one, a super cycle like this. We've never seen Bitcoin ETFs being passed all around the world. This is going to be happening over the next sort of 6 months here, 6 to 12 months probably. So there's so many bullish things happening here for Bitcoin in terms of like an influx of new capital. So what is probably likely to happen is we're probably likely to see a Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe even Solana run over the next sort of 6 months, and then we're going to see alt season really start to wake up. And obviously, naturally, we're going to see a lot of capital flow into the altcoins here through money getting put into Bitcoin. But please don't expect it to be catastrophic amounts where we're breaking all-time highs for altcoins just yet. We've got a little bit of a breathing period before that is going to be happening. But yeah, let's move on to some altcoin updates. We're going to be starting off with NEAR this morning. Oh, love this tea, man. This morning we've got ginger and berries and shit. Just like a load of fruit, right? Good for the throat. Anyway, let's get deep down and dirty into this NEAR protocol update here. I see Donna saying ATA if you have time. Cass looks like the only green bubble, Mr. Miles. Yeah, I bet he's happy about that this morning. I wonder how much the institution buying Bitcoin will affect the cycle. They are more likely to hold onto it rather than cycle into the alts. Yes, only naturally. But what I would say is, if you have a massive influx of capital into Bitcoin, for example, right? What have we seen over the last sort of few months? We've seen a lot of the institutions buying Bitcoin. Naturally, that's producing free marketing for cryptocurrency in general. So only naturally we do see a little influx of capital. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit more than nothing, essentially. So that's probably what will happen, and we probably will see meme coins and stuff like that continue their run. But in terms of coins like, say, Render, Sand, or even like the GameFi space, which I know you're familiar with, Donna, and like niches like that, I think they're going to be the lagging niches in terms of the influx of capital. That's just what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Yeah, let's get into this update here for NEAR. I'm here today to give you an update on NEAR protocol. Apologies for my previous video. We had a pretty bad mic problem. So yeah, apologies for that, guys. But yeah, let's get deep down and dirty into this NEAR protocol update. We're going to be looking at this from a technical analysis perspective, and then also looking at key buying areas for NEAR protocol and seeing if we can get some price targets for this lovely layer 1 blockchain project over the next 6 to 12 months if you were just to simply buy and hold this asset. So what we're looking at right now in terms of the chart, you can see NEAR protocol is currently trading at around $6.91, and we are in a bit of a breakout scenario. Okay, this is bullish, it's looking pretty good. The one thing that I'm really looking for here for this asset here on the macro is a strong candle body close, guys. A strong candle body close will initiate that long position for me, and that will consist of around a 6% move for near to the upside, okay? As you can see, the move that we're looking out for here, the move that we're looking to capitalize on is going to be basically a candle body close above the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement. You can see we've tested this with wicks to the upside multiple times here. Haven't had that confirmed entry that we're looking for there, but it's quite likely that we do get it. Now we're coming back down for another retest potentially of around $6.74. With crypto in general looking like a bit of a downturn is on the cards here. I think NEAR is actually holding pretty strong. I'm only down at around 1.72% today from what I can see. So yeah, looking pretty good overall for NEAR, and a very strong fundamental basis as well. So I do think this asset is probably going to hold its own. It probably is going to hold its own. I think it's 17th on the CMC race. Yeah, 17th, around $7.3 billion market cap. So I do think this asset is very strong to be holding for the next sort of 6 to 12 months here. We will be going into some buying zones. Now, let's be realistic, guys. Let's talk market structure here, because you can see the market structure higher lows that we're currently working with for NEAR protocol are around $2, 2, 3, 3, 4.1. The most recent higher low that we have seen, which is technically still unconfirmed, okay? So we can use this as an unconfirmed higher low, but not to determine market structure, essentially, okay? So we're going to flip that being red. And the reason why we can't determine that, guys, is because it's not confirmed and it hasn't broken the high yet. When we do see this come up to the upside and break this high of around, where is that? Around $9.05 there. When that does happen, that's when it's very likely, or that's when that higher low will be confirmed, okay? So that's sort of what we're looking for. Right now, unfortunately, you're not going to like what I'm going to say. You're not going to like what I'm going to say, but, you know, I'm transparent with you guys here. And you can see that this is actually the wrong tool to select higher lows. This is the higher low that we're actually referencing in terms of market structure, guys. $3.39 is the confirmed higher low currently. And that will essentially mean that we could be looking at price fluctuations of around 50% to the downside and still be in a bullish market structure, okay? Just to be clear with that. So yeah, if you are going to be holding this asset, just be aware you can see price fluctuations and still be very bullish, still be in a bullish market uptrend, essentially, right? Now let's go into a potential buying area for this asset. For me, I already hold quite a nice chunk of NEAR protocol, and I have done for a long time. But if you are looking for a buying zone for this asset, then obviously you've got to do your own research. But what I would be looking for here, and mind you, this is on a hodl perspective. So if you're going to be holding it for 6 to 12 months and preparing for market fluctuation swings here, like we just said, 50% swings could be on the cards. It's cryptocurrency. It's the most manipulated assets in the world here. So yeah, just be prepared for that. But yeah, in terms of a buying zone, you can see momentum from this area very strong on the 0.618 Fibonacci there. And also, I would say the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement. Probably had limit orders at both of them. Very nice buying opportunities. You can see momentum from this zone very strong here. Again, momentum here, momentum here, momentum here as well. And this is not small momentum, guys. This is 30%. This is 25% there. You can see from this point, really strong, another 26%. So overall, that is a very strong buying area, the 0.382. In terms of price for that, guys, around $6.02. That does bring me on to a price prediction for this asset to see potentially how high this could go over the next 6 to 12 months. We're just going to be basing it on the previous all-time high, and that is going to be, let's have a little look, previous all-time high for this asset that we do have on CMC. Just referencing CMC here, guys, because that's the data that we have got, and that's going to be around $20. $20 is the all-time high. Let's check the market cap for that as well to see if it matches up, because sometimes they distribute more circulating supply out there, and it does kind of mess with the figures a little bit here. So it's a few things we need to take into consideration. So $12 billion market cap at price of around $20 here. We're currently at $7 billion market cap at the price of around $6.9 there. So times that by 2, that's going to be $14, $14 billion market cap. And then another 7 on that would be 21, and that will be $21 billion market cap as well. And that will be a $12 billion market cap at around $20 $20. Okay, so yeah, it does look like we've had more circulating supply actually put onto the market here for near, which isn't, it's not a bad thing, but it just basically means for us to get to that level that that we initially want to get to and using it as a price target, it's probably not as valid, the data. Okay, the data is probably not as valid because we need more of a market cap to get there, essentially, because you can see for us to be at a price of around $20, the market cap would still need to be, it would need to be at $21 billion from this current market cap, right? And it was at like at $12 billion, right? So you can see we're talking around a $9 billion market cap to catch up on, essentially. So in terms of a price prediction for that, guys, we're going to be very reserved here, and we're just going to be banging up to key levels that we did see in the previous sort of run here. Okay, so just to be reserved here, probably going to be looking at around, and again, this is layer 1 blockchain, guys. It's a lot of stuff is being built on this. There's a lot of potential for near here. So I would say a nice conservative price prediction. I am just going to put it to the all-time high. I'm sorry if this annoys any of you guys here, but I'm very bullish on this project, and I do think that we can see $20 again, even with that $9 billion market cap sort of breakaway period that we have seen here. So yeah, if we are going to be doing a price prediction from that buying area that I just said all the way up to around $20 there, we're going to be looking at around a 3.2x on your investment, guys. So yeah, not too bad there for near. Definitely something to really be looking out for there over the next 6 to 12 months or so from a hodl perspective. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you like the content, smash a like on it. But that's going to be it from me in terms of the near protocol update. Peace out for me. Peace out from me. I'll see you in the next one. Let's have a look at Jazz. I had so much stick last time, right? So much stick for saying Jasmine. Yeah, Jasmine, and everyone was like, "It's Jasmine, you're saying it wrong." But yeah, apologies, I said it wrong. Is what it is. Jasmine, I think, is what you want me to say. So yeah, we can do an update on that. Yeah, so Jasmine right now is taking a bit of a leg down to the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement area. I would say just overall, we didn't see that breakout period from the bullish pennant chart pattern that we were looking at there. I'm just referencing that point. You can see that point is still a nice bit of data here from a bullish market perspective. Looking pretty good overall. That's still completely valid here. It is just a bit of a choppy mess when you are charting something like this, right? So yeah, overall not too bad. I would expect a bit of a bounce point coming here from Jasmine from Jasmine here, and ideally some continuation to the upside. It's a bullish pennant chart pattern, tends to usually break to the upside, guys, and the momentum from this trend line is very strong here. So yeah, overall looking pretty good. You are holding the 0.3 Fibonacci retracement with conviction here. So yeah, overall really strong. If not, and you do start to see candle body closes below this area, then there is an easy clean short here, very clean short. Probably not 7%. I would say just to be reserved around 2, 3, 4% there is definitely on the cards if you see candle body closes here on the macro from that area. Right, let's have a look at ATA. Cass has been bleeding out for months now, says Mr. Miles. I don't know much about this project from a fundamental perspective, but let's have a look. What chart we're looking at now. Gonna do KuCoin. Donna coming through with the good coins as usual. Very strong, very strong chart. Apart from this horrible swing down, but clear V-shaped recovery here and coming up to break highs again. So yeah, very strong overall. I guess from a community standpoint. Automata, probably network here looking really good. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the break point that you would be looking for there. But yeah, overall it's looking really strong here, Donna. Pretty happy with that. This is, yeah, you can see we have break that high. So this is the confirmed higher low that we have seen most recently from a market structure standpoint. Unfortunately, it is quite low. Okay, it is quite low. Did I put music on today? Yeah, I did. Yeah, so unfortunately it's quite low, guys. So that's the only problem. If you do see swings of this asset, you could be looking for around a 53% move to the downside, which could be pretty bad here. But overall V-shaped recovery like that is very bullish here, breaking highs again. Maybe it was just some dev selling off or something like that. Not too sure there, but you can see easy recovery there. Really nice stuff. Yeah, market structure looking strong. Overall, really good. Let's do an update on a bit of an earache right now. Oh, not good. Link. We'll do a bit of a link. And an update on Link in a while. And we're having some interesting stuff happening with Link. Yes, we are. This is kind of what's got me on the edge as well, guys. It's like it's a bit of a tricky area, this. With I'm gonna get rid of that actually, because we've obviously got it all in. But yeah, I'm gonna do this update, and I will explain to you guys what I mean by altcoins here, and potential reversal areas that we could essentially be looking out for there. NSL HD says, check out Rio, guys. Flip your cash for Rio. That's funny, man. Mr. Mars will argue with you on that point for sure. First time stream watcher, by the way. What's up? What's up, man? Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, yeah, we're streaming every single day, Monday to Friday. Continuous updates on the channel. So yeah, you're welcome to join the CC Gang family and Telegram as well. Completely free. Good stuff. Let's get deep down and dirty into this chart update for Link. Just gonna bring it up on CMC so we can get some nice data for this as well. If she's gonna load. Tea is getting colder. Okay. Oh, it's a good cup of tea. It's like one of my favorites at the moment. Ginger and loads of berries and stuff. Yeah, it's good. I'm here today to give you an update on a bit of Link, a bit of chain link coming through. This is a very interesting chart, and we will be going through this from a technical analysis perspective, looking at key buying areas as well, and also towards the end of the video, a nice price prediction to see how high this asset could potentially be going over the next 6 to 12 months or so, if you were simply just to buy and hold, okay? So let's start off with market structure, okay? And this is what a lot of altcoins are sort of echoing around the crypto space right now, which is interesting because unfortunately market structure for altcoins is not looking too favorable. And what I mean by that is you can see these yellow lines here, guys. They're higher lows, okay? They're higher lows, and that essentially means that we're in a bullish market structure. But what have we seen here? We've seen a nice pullback, and then we've seen that high get broken multiple times here, and this high low gets set. From that point, this is the market structure higher low. Unfortunately, we have broken that with conviction, okay? With a lot of conviction, may I add. We've seen dumps from that point, around 33% to the downside, looking really quite negative from a market structure standpoint. Now, you're probably going to say to me, but how valid is that higher low, considering we saw a massive pump? I think personally, it's pretty valid, okay? We saw it get confirmed with conviction, really strong here. And actually, before setting that higher low, after setting a new higher high, we actually had quite a nice consolidation period, consolidatory period here, where the asset sort of chilled out for a few weeks or so. So in answer to that question, yes, I think this higher low is very valid. And unfortunately, it does mean break of structure here. Now, what does that mean? It means potential for the reversal of a trend, okay? And you guys know I'm transparent as possible with you guys. I'm not going to be telling you this asset's going to be going to the moon continuously when it's clearly, from a TA perspective, going to be probably heading down here, okay? So let's break that down and let's see sort of price predictions and stuff we can get for that for now, and then how can we essentially capitalize on this sort of downtrend that we could be seeing over the next sort of few months or so. obviously referencing the Bitcoin halving and all of that price action that is on the cards. So you can see I have just drawn in a channel, very, very simple here. And this is going to be looking somewhat like this to the downside. We could actually go one step further and stretch this up here. Yeah, that lines up pretty nicely with some key testing areas there as well. Now, obviously, market structure, guys, we need to be looking at that high, and now we have broken this higher low. So what does that mean? Essentially, it means we're setting new lower highs, okay? Now, lower highs, we're going to be putting them in pink here. You can see the lower high that is confirmed because we have broken this low here is actually 20.829, okay? So now we're looking for a significant pullback after breaking that low here. Significant pullback. It's going to be this area here at around $15.92, okay? $15.92, again, at the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement. Now, let's be real here, because this isn't actually confirmed just yet. It will be confirmed when we break this low, okay? So this is the target to the downside to confirm this higher low. If not, right now, from a market structure standpoint, we could be looking at swings to the upside of around 50%. And yes, even if that is to happen, we are still going to be in sort of a macro downtrend here for Link. So just be aware for that. And another key point to really be looking out for here with this asset is the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement area. If we break the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, guys, it tends to usually mean the confirmation of the reversal of the trend, okay? What has happened here? We've broken it to the downside and we've tested it with conviction multiple times. Yes, we're still flirting with the idea of breaking this and holding it, of holding it with support to the upside. And if that is going to happen, it's very simple how we can trade this, guys. It's a falling parallel channel. Very, very easy stuff here. We're going to be looking for a nice move to the upside. The move to the upside could be something along the lines of this. And this would technically be a bull flag, guys. It would technically be a bull flag at the top of this uptrend coming down. Quite strong for my liking, but still there is potential for a 31.79% move on the table here if we do see a nice breakout scenario coming through. You know the score, stagger your TPs, move your stop loss to entry as quick as possible, and then you're in a risk-free position there. So yeah, that's sort of what I would be looking for here for Link. In terms of price targets to the downside here, let's it's very, very simple to be just simply looking at previous higher lows, previous market structure from the macro uptrend here. And you can see we have tested this again with conviction at around $12.88. And you can see the momentum from that zone is again very, very strong. So the level to the downside for that, if we do break that and have continuation to the downside here and confirm this higher low around 15.9, I would expect prices of around $9.97. And again, losing major Fibonacci levels as well. Just want to bring up some MAs here for this asset, because this does confirm what I have been saying here on the macro. You can see we've lost the 55, which is the green one here. We've lost the 200 EMA, we've lost the 21, and we've lost the 7 SMA as well. So essentially, just to summarize that, we're below all major moving averages, guys. It tends to usually mean downtrend coming through here, okay? And after seeing such a nice uptrend, it's absolutely fine to see a pullback here, and we're just sort of prepping for that next massive season here. So yeah, just be aware for that. Now let's talk buy levels, okay? Let's talk buy levels for this asset and holding strategies for the next sort of 6 to 12 months, because that's where it gets interesting, and price predictions that we could be looking for. So I do think we're going to see Link actually take at least a leg down to $12.84 here and have continuation of this downtrend, maybe even testing this low here. So let's do a buying zone at 0.618 Fibonacci retracement here for Link. As you can see, massive wick there as well. So the buying zone is going to be from this area. Let's do a price range all the way to all-time highs, and let's just use that as the data here. So all-time highs here for Chainlink that we do have on CMC is where we're extracting our data from, is going to be 52.25. Yeah, 52.25, and we're going to see a market cap around 21.89 billion. Okay, so that is basically, I mean, 3 times where we're at now would be 24 billion. So that does put us over that area, and 3 times here for the price would be putting us at around $45 a coin. So what does that tell us? It tells us that we have seen a bit more circulated supply actually be put onto the market here, because to actually get to this all-time high level, we would need to have a market cap of probably 25 to 27 billion here. You can see last time we only got to around 21 there. So if we are going to be using that 21 as a target, it is going to be a little bit lower here. So let's use the previous high for a price prediction, just to be realistic here for this asset, and that is going to be putting us up at around $43.1. So let's do a price prediction to $43.1 from that buy zone, guys. 43.1. 43.1 puts us at around a 3.7x. Yeah, around a 3.7x to the upside. Very, very, very bullish. Very, very lucrative here. Basically, you put in 10 grand, you're going to be walking away with 30, baby. Very, very nice stuff. Very, very nice investment strategy over the next 6 to 12 months or so. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. Please go do your own research and don't just buy this asset because I've said it's going to do well. Yeah, that's going to be the link update for you guys today. Let me know in the comment section what you think of the TA, what you think of the price prediction. And also, if you like the content, smash a little like on it. It does help out the channel tremendously. And that's going to be it from me. Peace out. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, right, that's link done. Good stuff. How are we looking on the old Bitcoin chart? We're seeing a bit more downside here, which is absolutely fine. We predicted that. And just to summarize, guys, before we call it a day here on the stream, we are looking for a move to the downside here for BTC over the next sort of few hours or so, coming down, testing the volume weighted ATR band on the 60-minute, and then seeing a nice candle body close around 61.750, 61.78. And if that is going to happen, we've got the momentum on the lower side here for this lovely, lovely indicator. And you can see money flow looking very, very smooth. Stochastic on the low side as well on the hourly. And overall, it's going to be looking like we're going to see a nice little bounce up here in the price from the volume weighted ATR band from the bottom of that channel. Momentum from stochastic, money flow. There's many signs here that a bounce is in order from that area. The confirmed entry that we do want, we don't just want to be banging in longs here from this bounce point here, because the confirmation that we're going to be heading back up might not be that strong. Earlier we were looking at the candle body closes for this, okay, and you can see candle body close below, above this horizontal, again above this horizontal, didn't get it there, above this horizontal, above this horizontal. You can see the momentum that we commonly get from this area when we do get these candle body closes is usually quite strong, okay, so that's sort of what we're going to be going for here. Nothing too crazy. Going to be looking for around a 1% move on Bitcoin here if we can get that that nice wick down, candle body close at around 61.7, 61.8, and then we're going to basically be longing Bitcoin to the goddamn moon for 1%. Yeah, that's sort of what we're looking for. That is going to be it from me today, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And I will be back tomorrow with another crypto Chester show, if you will. Really got to put a name on this. But yeah, it's a cryptocurrency show, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll be breaking down Bitcoin and some more altcoins tomorrow. Thank you ever so much for watching. Leave a like on your way out, and I'll see you tomorrow morning for another BTC